Hey YouTube, it's me, Proto-Genius, back with another great paper airplane tutorial. Today we're going to be making an f-14 tomcat. Now this is actually my favorite paper airplane that I've made so far. This one flies really well and it looks really good. It's got the nice swept wing design on it, and it's not that incredibly difficult to make, so here we go. So first off, we're going to take our regular sheet of copy paper. This is regular, just what you'd get for your copying machine. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half the long way. And we're going to open that up. And now, instead of folding it right in half the other direction like we normally do, what we're going to do actually this time is we're going to fold it back. We're going to leave a gap at the bottom of a ½ inch. So if you need to get a ruler to do it, that's fine. But that's just the way that this one works out. So make sure our lines are all lined up nice and pretty there, and get our ½ inch, and then fold straight across. Now what we're going to do is we should be able to get a point. Here as we open that up, you can see there's an X, and then we're going to use that middle point as our reference right there. So what we're going to do is do our X fold now that we do on so many of the paper airplanes. We're going to fold that over. And we're going to fold right to this line and right to that middle. Now I normally fold one part and then I flip that over. And then I look at this fold right here, make sure these line up good. And so that's one direction into the middle. Now we're going to fold it back the other direction. Same thing. Now you do have another reference point now with this line and this line, and so you can use those as a guide to get this nice and in the right spot there. So fold one side, flip that over, make sure that you get those lines lined up. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to open that up. We're going to fold these lines in the sides one at a time. So one right here, push that down in there, crease it right into the middle on that line that we made, and then push the top down. Let's see, now we have that inch gap at the bottom, we have our house shape. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take on the shorter top piece right here. We're going to fold from this point right here to this point. We're just going to kind of fold up and over just like this, right to that point. So go ahead and do that. Try and get it good and parallel with the stuff underneath it. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to open that up and flip it around. So this is on the bottom right here, and we're going to flip that inside the fold that we just made right there. And now there should be a little line right here, if you can see that. Just get that little line right there and fold that over. You're going to fold from this point to this point right here in the very middle. Fold that over. So now try to get it right into the point in the middle, because that makes our wings match if we can get that. So now we've got one side folded over, just like that. And we can do the exact same thing on the other side. So fold that over, just like that. Like that, both sides. Now what we're going to do, now this is where it becomes different from some of my other paper airplane tutorials. We're actually going to fold that over now so that this is on top, and this is going to stay on top. It's not going to be underneath it like on the other airplanes. And we're excuse me. Alright, we're just going to fold that up so that those match up good. Then we're going to fold that up again on the bottom part. Get our line right into the middle, right there. And we're going to, at this point, we're going to take and fold from this point at the very tip and to this point. I'm just gonna fold that over, so just like that. Just like that. Now we're going to take and we're going to flip that over now and do the exact same thing on the other side from this point to this point. That point. And out to the tip of our tail right there. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back an inch on this one right here. Right, so we're just going to come back from the tip an inch, and then we're going to come up from the bottom of this tip about 1/3 of an inch. And we're going to just kind of fold that over at our inch mark, and then back here at our 1/3 of an inch. And it should be like that. It's not exactly parallel. It's close, but not quite. So we just fold that over, just like that. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So, make sure our wings match up on there, and push that in, just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take from this point and make kind of an imaginary line right to the tip. This is this fold right here. It's going to be interesting. So from this tip to that point on the tail, fold that over and make an imaginary line right there. So from that point to here. Good. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to flip that over and do the exact same thing on the other side. Get a good mirror fold. You can match up these points. So just right that, crease it up and in, mirror fold it so it matches up good. See, they match up good. Alright, now what we're going to do at this point is we're going to take and we're going to open up one side, and we're going to make a parallel fold here. Make it so that this and this are right parallel with each other. And give it about, let's see, I just fold the other side down to get it out of the way so you can see. Give it about, let this point come up about 1/4 of an inch above this line. So, right here. Oop, there we go. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to fold this one up and out of the way here. Sorry. Never mind, put it back, and then fold that over on the bottom side right there. On the other side, get a good mirror fold on that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to open that up on one, and we're going to fold from this point right here. Right here. I'm just going to kind of fold over and get that right in there so that's parallel. Right against this line. So, right there. Pull that in. Just like that. Now if you see, it doesn't come back exactly to the tip, but some of them it will for some people. So, just do the best you can on that. Yeah, see, now it's coming back to the tip. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to fold that over. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Get a good mirror fold. So you can fold that over. Right along that line right there. Crease it right back into the point. Alright, now on my other designs I normally fold the rudders last, but on this one we're actually going to do it right now because it gets them out of the way for the next part. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold that down. We're going to take our rudder, and you can see where this line is right here and this line right here. And that's where it meets up right there in the middle. What we're going to do is we're just going to we're going to fold that over and just get it good and parallel with this side right here. So this line and this one will just kind of sit on top of each other. Really good right there. And I'll flip that over and do the exact same thing on the other side. Mirror fold that so that those pieces match up with each other good. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to work on the top wing. So you can see our top fold right here. What we're going to do is we're going to just fold our top wing right along that. Really good right there. So it's folded over. And now you can see our fold underneath right here. We're just going to push that wing down into that fold and fold it back up the other direction, just like this. So just like that. So it should be pushed down inside with the other fold. And now what we're going to do on the other, we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So take and fold that over good. It's good and parallel with that other line. Now we're going to take that line right there and push the wing down inside of it, right there. Okay, now we should have it, it should look like this. Then we're going to leave those wings up just like they are right now. Get our tail out of the way. And we're going to fold right down. We're going to fold right down into this point right here. And we're just going to kind of we're going to fold this wing down just like this, right into that point. We're going to just make a good parallel fold with the top. So that it's down into this point and parallel right there. Just like that. Now I'll flip it over and do the exact same thing on the other side. So right to that point right there. Fold it over to get it good and parallel on there. Just like that. Okay, now we should match up really good right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold up. Now we're going to do another fold back. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back about an inch from that point right there on the wing. Back about an inch right here. And you're going to fold right up into that point at the top right here. So we're just going to fold that up and over at our inch mark. Now it looks like more than an inch on my camera right now because I have it zoomed in real well. So just back about an inch right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip that over and do the exact same thing on the other side. So right up to that point, back about an inch right there. Get a good crease on that. Very good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to flatten that out a bit, just like that. And we're going to flip that over and we're going to open it up a bit right there. Now, this part's really important. If you don't do this, it won't fly real well. So now, as you have opened it up right there, you'll see our first fold right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and fold right into that point right there and back to this point right here. We're just going to do a straight fold up and over, just like that, if you can see it. And there you go. Right from one point to the other. Now, the straighter you get that fold, the better. Now, I normally would fold right into that point, but for time reasons, I'm not going to worry about that, but it'll still work. Anyway, so we folded that over, did the exact same thing on the other side, right to the first fold right there, and back into that point. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to fold it back down again, just like it was before, on both sides. Fold it down again, and then we're going to fold the wing out, just like this. Make it so it matches up good and even on both sides. Now sometimes it ends up pulling down just a little bit back here, but that's okay. Anyway, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the tip right here. And you can see there's a line right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold that down right to the tip and lock that so that it holds the wing where it's supposed to be. Just right there. Fold that down and over. Right there. And you are done. I'll flip Your rudder's up, and you are done with your F-14 Tomcat. Now these fly really well, like I said. If it nosedives a lot, just kind of fold these up in the back here a little bit, not too much, but just enough to where it keeps it from nosediving, and it should fly really well. Anyway, yep, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I've got a lot of good airplanes coming up. I've got an F-117 Stealth that I'm working on right now. That one should be up in the next couple days, and I've got an A-10 Warthog I'm working on, and possibly an old Mustang, some old Warbird airplanes. And so, anyway, yeah, feel free to subscribe, rate, and comment on my channel, and I look forward to teaching you some more. Have a good one. Bye.